really important. And especially in EDM, in traditional kinds of music, the vocal melody would be the big melody. But right now, there's a lot of melodic instruments that are pushing sort of that melodic side. So it's nice to know how to set them up properly. I have our tried and true channel strip here, and this is the sound of the lead with everything on. And so let's just go one by one and see what we did here. First, I put on a decapitator, and I like the T setting. What an incredible difference that makes, just that simple move. All I did was put the drive up to 5, pick the flavor, I'm done. And what a huge game changer that is. Let's take a look at the reductive EQ. And that's much more subtle, but that's good. As I say all the time, when you're doing reductive EQ, sometimes if you don't hear the difference, it's good, because you're just taking out this little energy that's going to build up over many, 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 many tracks and cause a problem. Sometimes it's hard to hear on a single track, but the additive effect is a horrible thing. So the fact that you don't hear a big difference here, it's a good thing. And let's look at the compression. I'm using the Opto Personality Fast Attack, sort of a 1030 release. Auto gain is on. Oversampling is on. Ratio is 4:1. And this is actually a good sound where you can actually enjoy the compression or see that it's working for you, because it's so percussive. It's what we sometimes call pokey. And so this compressor is taking some of that poke you in the head pokiness out of it. Still percussive, but just kind of controls it a little bit and also fattens it up. So, love this thing. Fantastic compressor. Here is a very fancy looking and fancy sounding Manley EQ, massive passive from UAD. And this has a very smooth sound. I know it looks like fancy jewelry or something, but it has a nice kind of clean sound. And I am just doing a little bit of 4K. Little bit of mid-range with a parametric and a wide boost. This again is subtle, just a little bit of a brightener in the middle. So just a little bit of brightness in the middle here, and then ever so little bit of Pro L, just a bit of limiting. Again, very, very subtle. Although we do a lot of limiting, I do quite a bit of limiting. I'm not always limiting too hard all the time. Sometimes just a tiny bit of limiting hardens it up, tightens it up, without over squeezing it. So there you go. So here is our beautiful lead. And let's take it out of solo and balance it against our beautiful drums and beautiful sub bass. Okay, I think our mix is starting to come together here, and we're still good with our minus 6 dB of headroom. So we're right on track with everything, and we're getting the elements in here. So it's starting to make sense.